Lone.
What's going on today, YouTube? It's your boy, Lonely Lone, and I'm back with another video. Today is Juneteenth. If y'all know anything about Juneteenth, it was the last bit of enslaved African Americans who were in Galveston, Texas, that didn't know they were free after 2 years or a year and a half after Emancipation Proclamation was enforced, that all slaves were free in the Confederates. And so they had, I think his name was General Gordon, and 7,000 black troops went down. Yes, black Union troops from New York and New Jersey went down to take their brothers and read them their release. And right after they got done their labor in the fields, and they celebrated and you know was ecstatic that they were free finally, and now they could be freemen in a country that they worked many years for free and for free labor, and were not seen as human beings. So this is celebrated years later, and it hasn't been until like 5 or 6 years ago they made it actually a national observed holiday for the nation to recognize. So people like myself and others in the government, federal governments especially, have days off. And this is my favorite holiday besides Christmas. So on honor of Juneteenth, I wrote a little spoken word. I write a lot, so I said, you know what, I might as well just start putting my writings out to the world that I write, because I write excerpts here and there, journal entries, spoken words, notes, random thoughts. So I'm gonna start putting them on my channel for y'all to share with me. All right, we just gonna jump right into it. I'm not the best speaker, but I'm gonna try my best to relate the best way that I wrote it in my head. Okay, it's untitled, by the way, but if it had a title, I would say like closing argument. So think lawyer closing argument for their client. This is my closing argument. I'm tired of prolific civil rights leaders, writers, speakers, and poets. I just want to live free as a human. I would be perfectly fine without having another writer trying to free us mentally and physically from oppression to help us keep going to fight against the forces at hand. I just want to lay in the sand, but we can't. Again and again, we back here, fighting to be heard, seen as a human. How much more convincing SAT words, metaphors, passionate tones, tears, testimonies do I or we need to give to prove that we are human? The evidence is all here. My face, my flesh and bones is evident enough that I belong. How much more pleading of my case do I need to give? I'm done calling you sir and madam. You don't act with decorum towards me. I'm done second guessing my thoughts and decisions to keep my job or dignity. My future in this company is out of my control anyway. And you can terminate me for looking at you wrong on a bad day. I tiptoe around democracy for a seat to hopefully one day make it to the table. But when I peek around the corner, the table seems to be already occupied with your bellies full with greed and arms stretched wide with arrogance. There ain't no room for me. Hell, you ain't saved me a seat. So tell me, what's the purpose of my decorum towards you in this country, huh? You still want to be viewed as master, huh? I get it. Authority and demand for respect without having to give any in return. Well, no, not anymore. I'm not following that script of your twisted show. This closing argument is a closing statement. I'm done with your rules, your lawless laws that you get to break when and whenever you want. I am free from who you want me to be. And if you haven't noticed by now, countrymen, this wasn't made to convince you anymore, but to convince me, to convince us that we are free. That was my first time ever reciting that. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Keep writing, keep learning. They trying to strip away the education. I did my due diligence this time, and every year that I know about it being recognized as a national holiday, I go to museums, I go touch the people, I go talk to people that have black stories and spaces that we don't know about or we don't think is black spaces. And I encourage you, anybody, not just black people, especially white people, to go out and learn about your history in America. There are plenty of stories that don't demonize you all as these demonic entities that enslave people. There's a lot of people like the Quakers who gave us land and freedom, relinquished their slave rights early on in the late 16 and early 1700s. So I encourage you all, white people, on Juneteenth, that this is your history too, because there was ancestors that you might not know that was for the fight. So even though this is for us black people to be free, y'all are a part of that, because some of y'all ancestors helped and assisted in fighting and being abolitionists to free us early on, very early on. So don't take it as a scarcity or awkwardness or a taboo because you're white. Learn about black history. Learn about your involvement in black history to help us move forward together. Thank y'all for listening. It's your boy Lonely Lone. I know this is more serious, but I love history, and I will never back down from talking about black history. I love my history. We are powerful people. We have succumbed a lot of grievances and persevered through all of it. And I want to leave that with you today. Keep writing, keep learning, be kind to yourself, love yourself. Turn on that bell notification when I go live for my next video. And I'm out. Peace.